Fakultas Pertanian Bengkulu berdiri tahun 1982 bersamaan dengan berdirinya Universitas Bengkulu. Saat itu dengan 5 fakultas di Universitas Bengkulu. Fakultas Pertanian yang telah berkiprah selama 40 tahun telah memberikan kemanfaatan yang banyak bagi percepatan pembangunan di sektor pertanian. Adapun fokus kerja peningkatan mutu menuntun Fakultas Pertanian Universitas Bengkulu untuk mencapai visi misi yang mengacu kepada rencana strategis Universitas Bengkulu. Maka visi Fakultas Pertanian adalah tahun 2025 Fakultas Pertanian menjadi institusi bereputasi internasional dalam pengembangan tropis dan pengelolaan ekosistem pesisir. Dalam mewujudkan visi tersebut dijalankan dengan 4 misi, yaitu pertama, meningkatkan relevansi dan kualitas pendidikan untuk menghasilkan lulusan yang unggul, berbudaya dan berdaya saing internasional. Yang kedua, peningkatan kualitas sumber daya manusia untuk dapat memiliki daya saing. Yang ketiga, peningkatan relevansi dan hilirisasi penelitian dan pengabdian masyarakat yang inovatif. Yang keempat adalah peningkatan budaya tata kelola inovatif dan integratif serta pengembangan unit bisnis.
Hello everyone. Faculty of Agriculture support the development of University of Bengkulu. University of Bengkulu aims to be one of the recognized university internationally. Therefore, University of Bengkulu focus for research and community services in developing coastal area, managing tropical rainforests, and developing agriculture in tropical area. Therefore, our professors are doing research in terms of managing coastal area, developing agriculture in coastal area, management.
projects and its potential implications for the field of plant sciences?
Yeah, I have done some research. And the main thing I'm focusing on here now is intercropping.
About topic.
Yeah, intercropping in oil palm with banana, watermelon, but also crops like cassava, maize. Yeah, a lot of possibilities here.
Okay, nice. And research experiences play a vital role in the student's academic journey. How has your research in the University of Bengkulu Laboratory complemented your studies at Wageningen University, and what valuable skills or insights you have gained from this cross-institutional collaboration?
Yeah, I really like to have like a broad approach when looking at plants, because you have like the whole genetic level and you have more the larger scale level. And over here I mainly focus on more the larger scale, so like how a field responds to intercropping, how the plants are growing. But I think it's also, yeah, the future is maybe even more like the technological part, that you look at, yeah, really more closely to the plant. And that's why I am here to do the tissue culture, because that's a good way to get high quality planting material. So that is what I'm doing here in the lab, working on tissue culture of banana.
So your research is mostly about production.
Yeah, it's like the big thing about it is that you have higher production on the same area, and that is in a way sustainable, because then you can save land for nature, like the forests over here. So yeah, it has the potential to decrease deforestation.
Your involvement in the University of Bengkulu. I hope more students from your university can come and collaborate with us. Now let's talk about your university. Being part of Wageningen community, what are some notable initiatives or projects led by students that have had positive impact on campus life or the local community?
Yeah, I think campus life maybe a bit different in the Netherlands. You have a lot of associations. So you have student associations, you have study associations, and like sport or associations and whatever actually. And yeah, the thing about Wageningen is that it's really environmentally focused. So yeah, I think there are a lot of also protests, which are actually now quite happening in Wageningen, that really people are protesting against greenhouse gases. And I think that's very, very inspiring.
Are you part of a student association?
Yeah, I'm part of a rowing association.
Rowing?
So, yeah, it kind of combines rowing on a river with more social parts. So every week you have dinner, you have parties, but during the day when it's light, you also get into a boat with your friends and exercise.
Oh, interesting. And research is a crucial part of academic life. Can you share some examples of research opportunities or projects that students at Wageningen University and research have been involved in, and particularly within the field of plant biotechnology and plant sciences?
Yeah, there are a lot of different researches that are being done. Like Wageningen is really known for its research about plants, basically, and agriculture. I myself was part of research about photosynthesis, and then specifically in the chloroplasts, because you have a chloroplast genome and a nuclear genome. And the nucleus is really often being researched, but the chloroplast, people often neglect it. Well, it is crucial because like chloroplasts do photosynthesis. So I was part of a research where we tried to transform the chloroplasts and learn more about the genes and how they play a role in photosynthesis.
Ah, interesting.
And but there's a lot.
I think that's what makes Wageningen one of the best universities in the world, because you guys conduct a lot of research there.
Yeah, a big part is research. Yeah.
And many students are interested in the social aspects in the university life. What are some popular social events or traditions that take place in Wageningen University? And how do they enhance the sense of community among students?
Yeah, Wageningen, it's quite small. It's not as big as the other cities in the Netherlands. So that means it can also be a little bit boring sometimes, and that's why most people join associations, and that's why you have a lot of associations. What was your question?
I was asking, what are some popular social events or traditions that take place in Wageningen University, and
yes.
how do they enhance the sense of community among students?
Yeah, so most people join an association, and then within your association you have dinner together, you have yeah, like different compartments organize different activities. So yeah, it's a lot of different things. You can go bowling, you can go on excursions, you can have like fun dinners, fun events. And so yeah, within your association you really have like a community. But also outside of that we have like cafes, bars. I think a lot of people here like billiard. And we also have like a cafe for that. Yeah, so it really depends on what you like. You have options and you can choose from those options.
Oh yeah, nice. And about student association, is it some independent organization or the campus funded?
Yeah, so you have kind of two types of associations. You have study associations and students associations. The study associations are really aligned with the university, so they have close contacts, and yeah, like each study has their own association. So in your association there are only people of the same study or the same group of studies. And then you have students associations, and then you are really mixed with all different kinds of studies. Yeah, you have different, and you can choose from them. You have like more exercising, more sports associations, or other kinds. Yeah, you have options what you like. There's also an Indonesian association.
Oh, there is Indonesian association.
Yeah,
in Wageningen.
Yeah, yeah. There are a lot of people from Indonesia actually in that.
Okay, it's nice to hear. So that if any student from University of Bengkulu who are thinking about going to Wageningen, they won't feel alone when they're there.
No.
And in addition to academic and social activities, student well-being is important. Are there any support systems or resources available at Wageningen University to help students maintain a healthy work-life balance and address any personal challenges they may face?
Yeah, I think generally in the Netherlands we quite focus on a good work balance. Like you just work the times you should work, and after that you are free. And I think Wageningen does that quite well. You have people you can talk to, like whatever you prefer. You have like a study advisor, or if it's more severe you can go to a psychologist from the campus.
Oh, so the campus provides a psychologist?
Yeah, if you need it, yeah.
Is it stand independently, or is it also funded by campus and students can just go there freely, or how?
I think you probably do have to pay a little bit if you're not insured, but it's relatively cheap. But I haven't been there, so I'm not really
You're
sure.
implying that you have a good work-life balance. Kudos to you, man. As an international student studying at Wageningen University and research, what can you tell us about the university's effort to create a diverse and inclusive campus environment? Are there any specific programs or initiatives in place to support international students?
Yeah, I know my study association, they have like international dinners also, and also students associations have like specific parts for international students. And there are also two big international associations, ESN and ASEC, they are called.
ASEC.
And that's like a mix of all international students. And then you also have like the smaller associations for example, Indonesian students. And yeah, so if you want, it's quite easy, I think, to do stuff. And also like with ESN, you can go on trips like to the Netherlands or I think even other countries. So you could do like a weekend to Amsterdam or a weekend to the north of the Netherlands or weekend to Belgium even or Germany. So I think if you're open to it, then there are quite some things you can do. But you do have to sign up for it.
Oh, right.
But it's quite easy, I think.
Given the fact that this is an international university and there are a lot of international students going there with different backgrounds and it's diverse in there, right?
Yeah, it's quite diverse.
Do they have some sort of culture day?
Culture day?
Yeah. Like today is dedicated for the Indians. Or today we're celebrating, I don't know, Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, no, not really. I think everybody's generally quite well respected and different cultures have their own holidays, so they celebrate that. But there's not really a day that everybody celebrates like one country or something, because I think there are maybe even over 100 countries, so then like 1/3 of the year would be holiday.
So. All right. The transition from high school to university can be challenging for many students. What kind of guidance or mentoring programs are offered at Wageningen University to help new students adapt to campus life and navigate their academic journey successfully? And this is not only limited to the transition from high school to university, but also like the transition from bachelor student to master student. Is there any mentoring program that can help new students adapt to campus life?
Yeah, so every study has a few study advisors and you can always go to them if you have problems. But I also think they took that kind of into account with their curriculum, that the first year is really kind of similar to high school still in your bachelor's. Like you have a lot of contact hours, you really have to be at the university a lot and have like lectures, practicals. And then when you continue with your studies, you are more free. You have more time to really do what you like, more time for self-study, to just fill it in whatever you want. So it starts quite, everybody does the same, more general. And then you can, as you get used to university, grow older, you can make more choices of your own. And for international students going there, or like between bachelor and master, there's if you need it, I think it is available. But like the last years of bachelor are already quite free. Like you're doing your scriptie, you have a lot of freedom already. And in our third year, because the bachelor only is 3 years in the Netherlands, the last year you already have a lot of freedom, which is similar to your master's. So the last year I could almost completely plan it myself, and that's the same as for my master's. So it wasn't really a big difference. It was kind of like a natural flow.
Okay, I want to talk a bit about the comparison between how things are going in Indonesia and how things in there. Speaking of guidance and mentoring, we don't really have except for academic supervisors, we don't really have any formal mentors in here, but during our orientation time, we have been burdened with what we call this system of kakak asuh. Basically, students from higher semesters have moral burden to take care of students from lower semesters, to guide them, to teach them, and all that. And we have been conditioned to be more polite to our seniors, and our seniors have been conditioned to be more loving to us. That's how it works in here. And is it also happening in Netherlands, in Wageningen especially? How's your relation with your seniors?
Yeah, it's not really a division, I think, because you're not really separate. Like, you choose courses, and I can choose a course in my second year, but somebody in his first year can also choose the same course. So it's more like a mixing pot, I think. And yeah, also some people take longer over their studies. So there are a lot of people who are like much older than I am, but I am further along my study. So it isn't, you really, yeah, you don't really have like junior and senior, but you do have, when you start at Wageningen, you can choose to do a introduction week, and then you have mentors. And I think the idea is also that you can continue asking your mentors for guidance when you start your year. But it isn't that strict that you have like seniors, juniors. It's more chaos. I think. Yeah, you often don't really know how far along somebody is.
There are pros and cons to that.
Yeah.
And it's always fascinating to learn about collaboration between students and faculty. Could you share any examples of how professors or researchers at Wageningen University actively involve students in their work or provide mentorship opportunities?
Yeah, so in your bachelor's and in your master's, you choose to do a thesis. And then that's actually the only part of your studies you actively contribute to research. And then, yeah, like the professors or the PhDers or whoever you are joining, because for thesis it's very rare that you really make your own project. Like you join an already existing area of research, and then you have some freedom to do what you want, but also it has to be along the lines of what they want. And then, you can contribute a lot, and it's what was your question?
I was talking about examples of how professors and researchers at Wageningen University actively involve students in their work.
Oh yeah, so yeah, then you are actively involved, and yeah, they need you also because they often have big projects and they need people to carry out the experiments. So then, for like in your master's, it's 6 months approximately, maybe 2 months. Then you're really closely collaborating. Every day you see each other, you get feedback, and yeah, you just learn a lot in the area you want to learn about.
And how about community development related research? Do students get involved in that?
Community related
research?
Do you have
Well, in here, in the University of Bengkulu, apart from doing our undergraduate thesis and our master thesis and our dissertations, students also have options to be involved in community development research. For example, when the professors and lecturers goes to village and see how they can fix things in there, how they can contribute in there, or how they can gain data from them. They often involve students in that, and the name of the student itself is also included in the paper.
We really have that. Like the university is basically like it's more like a company. It's kind of separate. Well, they work together with the governments, but it's kind of separate. And if you're really interested about a specific community or something, you have the freedom to, if you really want to. With most studies, you can say, I really want to do this, can I focus with my thesis on this? And then you can, but most professors do not really focus on it themselves, so you can't really join them.
Alrighty. And finally, as a student who has experienced campus life at Wageningen University and research firsthand, what advice would you give to prospective students who are considering
What advice? Enjoy being there, I think. And yeah, the fun thing about Europe is it's very easy to travel. Once you have your visa, you can go almost into all countries. So you really have the time to just look around a lot and discover new things. And I think that's what my advice would be, to learn as much as possible and to see as much as possible. And yeah, really focus on the experience, not necessarily doing everything perfectly.
Okay, those are questions for me. Let's hear from our audiences. So welcome to the Q&A section, everyone. Feel free to ask any questions for our guests here. So, what about your bachelor? Did you conduct it in Wageningen also?
Yes, I've been in Wageningen for 6 years.
Is it because you like it there, or you don't really consider any other options?
Yeah, I finished my bachelor's in COVID, so it was a weird time. At first, I wanted to take a gap year, but then it wasn't really possible because I wanted to travel. So then I just chose to continue. And in my area, Wageningen is the best in the world. Yeah, there are two reasons. It's a very good university, and it wasn't possible to go somewhere else.
And the team just told me that you came here with a presentation. Why don't we go with that?
I think we discussed a lot about it. We have some
We forget to have
pictures.
presentation. Exactly. Tim, please roll it. You may start now.
This is the logo. And this is where the Netherlands is. It's quite far from Indonesia. It's a lot colder.
How long was your flight?
How long? Yeah, you cannot fly directly. So you have to have a transit somewhere. Yeah, I think it's 14 hours direct flight.
Mm-hmm.
4 hours in between. And it's small. It's 2 times the Bengkulu province, the size of Bengkulu province.
Given the fact that Netherlands is on the other part of the earth, do you have difficulties with the tropical climate in here?
No, I love it.
You love it.
I think I love it more than most Indonesian people. I really love the heat and the sun. Sometimes it's a bit sweaty, but no, I like it.
Okay.
I like it. Yeah, so this is the Netherlands between Germany and Belgium. And as I said, it's quite easy to travel. You can go by train, by car. I even went by bike once to Germany.
By bike
Yeah.
to Germany.
Only 2 hours from Wageningen if you cycle fast.
So you drive for 2 hours and you're already in other country.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. With bicycle even, with sepeda.
Okay.
So by car, you're in half an hour. You can be in Germany already. So yeah, it's really easy to travel. And I think an advantage of the Netherlands is that people speak English quite well compared to the other countries in Europe, or yeah, in the bigger cities they often do. But like in France, for example, people tend to speak more in French. And yeah, I think almost all Dutch people, they can speak English, especially the students. Yeah, so Wageningen is kind of in the center of the Netherlands. And it's a small city with only 40,000 inhabitants, which makes it really cozy. Like when you go to the markets or like the supermarkets, you almost always run into someone you know, which has advantages and disadvantages. But yeah, I think it's nice that when you go outside, you often meet a lot of people you say hi to.
Okay.
And yeah, students really make a big part of the inhabitants of Wageningen. So yeah, like the university is really a big part of the city.
Do students mingle with the locals?
If you want, you can, but it's not necessary.
Is it
like,
the local communities, is it far from the university?
yeah, it depends where you stay. Like it's next to each other, and most students they live in the city, so their neighbors are just working people, and in the supermarkets you have working people. But you can also stay at the campus, like have an apartment on the campus, and then you're more in a campus bubble, I think. but yeah, you do see them, but you don't really talk to them that much.
What
Like,
about facilities in the campus? Do they have supermarket in the campus?
you have one, but it's quite expensive. It's like a mini market, so it's cheaper to cycle 5 minutes and
I
then.
mean, that's irony actually. It's inside the campus where students are with limited budget, but they are more
Yeah.
expensive in there.
Yeah, but it's like a supermarket to go. Yeah, we call it Albert Heijn, which is a brand, Albert Heijn to go, and it's quite expensive because it only has like limited stuff, and it's really focused on quickly grabbing something and continuing.
Like
with your
instant
day.
food.
Yeah, also like they have coffee machines, like instant food, like salads, like whatever. Also,
What about
Like
pub
snacks.
and gym?
a gym. We have a gym on the campus, which is quite cheap. And the pub, yeah, you have a cafe in one of the buildings where you can order like beers or drinks, whatever. Like most buildings have their own cafeteria, or more even. But we don't really have a pub or something. It's not really focused on drinking inside of the
Okay.
campus. But in the city, you have pubs. Yeah,
Do they have pools in Wageningen?
swimming pool.
Pools.
Yeah, on the campus we have a swimming pool, and we have a bigger city nearby which also has a swimming pool, and we have a river. So in the summer, a lot of people, swim in the river also. I also have some pictures of it later. This is the campus. So we have a few big buildings where basically everybody, can come. You have group work there, but also like practicals, tutorials, and big lectures. Yeah, so these are the 3 main buildings. And yeah, like in the left above, you can see like a cafeteria. It's called the Spot, and you can just drink a coffee there or have like informal meetings and have lunch also. Then left below, that's the library in one of the buildings. And yeah, on the right you see Forum, which used to be the main building, but last year they just built a new building which is supposed to become the main building. And here, yeah, you have computers and sitting places so you can work, library, just meeting areas, classrooms for tutorials, and also practical rooms. Yeah, so this is what a lecture room looks like. You also have smaller ones if you have like a smaller class, but this one is one of the bigger ones. And you can have like a lecture with hundreds of people here, because especially the general courses, a lot of different studies follow them. So you're really together with a lot of people. But you also have much smaller courses.
And how do the professor manage the class?
Keeping things silent, you mean? Or
Yeah, like taking questions. I mean, there are a lot of students in there.
yeah, they have microphone, and ask the students if they want to ask something. But people don't really often ask a lot of questions in like the bigger classrooms, like the bigger lectures. But it is possible. Questions, and you can always, if you really have like a question which is not really relevant in front of everybody else, or you don't want to speak in front of everybody else, you can just go to the lecturer in the break or after, and you can ask it personally.
Do they facilitate people with limited accessibility, like disabled people?
Yeah, I can't imagine they don't do it, but there are not really many disabled people.
In Wageningen?
Yeah. But yeah, or in generally in the Netherlands, I think. But yeah, if you have a wheelchair, yeah, I guess it's possible. Also, like when somebody breaks a leg, you can just go in there with a wheelchair. So, I think most buildings are, like wheelchair safe proof in the.
Does the universities take score on attendance?
Not really. Only for some courses, like for practicals and tutorials. But it doesn't really involve anything. It's more for statistics that they can see with how many people are there, like for a person, how often he was there, and then compare it with the grade he got.
So students can just, let's say they're genius, right? They can just not attend any class and then shows up at the exam and still can pass the class.
Yeah, during your masters you can. During the first years of your bachelor, they're a bit stricter. Like, especially if you have practicals. Yeah, it also kind of depends on your study. But if you have practicals, these are almost always mandatory. So you have to follow the practicals. Just you can do the physical skills. But like the lectures, like everything is recorded and you can watch everything online. So you don't really have to be there in person. Next one.
Oh.
These are the labs. On the left is a smaller one. So if you do your thesis in a lab, you will probably work in a lab like this. And this is a chair group in the Netherlands. So you can really focus on your own project, and you will probably have your own table there. And
so let's say you just want to work on the computer on the lab. You still have to wear the white coat.
if you work on your computer, you have a different place. Like,
because I see everyone is facing a computer, but they're wearing a white coat.
Oh yeah, that's probably because their protocol is on the computer. Like, you can take your computer, but if you're really typing, working on a proposal or doing like data analysis, it's nicer to be outside of a lab, because then you can also talk with, it's more informal. You can have a drink, you can eat something while you're working. And here, this is, you can work on your laptop, but most people just go to another place. Like, every chair group has their own area with a lab and a part outside of a lab. And on the right, you have like a bigger classroom. So if you have a practical during a course, it will be in a room like this. But this is mainly focused on plant sciences. So also, like, other lab studies will also be like this, but if you follow something else, you also have like excursions going outside, or you also have like landscape architecture, then it will look different than this.
Okay, and generally speaking, how often does a student go to the lab?
It really depends on your study and which year you are in and the courses you choose. Like, some courses are basically only lab work, so then you go to it every day, and you often have 2 courses. Like, one year, you have 6 periods, and 1 period has 12 points, and 2 have 6 points. But so most people follow 2 courses of 6 points per period, and then you either have 4 weeks one course, 4 weeks another course, or 8 weeks 1 course in the morning, 8 weeks 1 course in the afternoon. Okay, it's a bit complicated to understand, maybe.
I think yours is way simpler than in here, because in here, say we take 6 courses in a semester, and we have to do those 6 courses throughout the semesters. So there's nothing like you when you said, oh, you can finish 1 courses in 8 weeks and then jump to other courses. No, we do everything simultaneously, so it's homework after another.
Yeah, no, like the longest course you can take is 8 weeks.
8 weeks.
Yeah, except like a thesis or internship. So you, like, every period you finish and then you continue with new courses.
Interesting. Is it not
doesn't work. The next slide.
Next slide, please. The pointer isn't working. Greenhouses.
Yeah, so I mainly focused on plant sciences again. So we also have greenhouses. And then, you can do like a experiment in a lab, for example, for your thesis, that you like genetically modify a plant, and then you can grow them out in the greenhouses. Or you can just look in the greenhouses at like different soil conditions, or whatever you're actually also doing here. But in the Netherlands, it's colder. So most plants we grow in a greenhouse, also that it's more controlled, also against
There are a lot of debates surrounding GMO, genetically modified organisms, and you told me that this is your field of science. Does your community threatened by these conspiracies?
I think within the university, most people agree that it's a good thing, GMO. But yeah, like people who are not really educated about it are often quite scared. Like they think, oh, it sounds scary, genetically modified. But in reality, it's actually the same as you do with normal plant breeding. It's only faster. And yeah, there are different levels also. There's a difference between just adding a mutation into the genome of a plant or really taking genetics from another plant and putting it in there. So it also kind of depends on what you're doing, and it's still illegal also in the Netherlands. So
it's still illegal.
Yeah, so we can do research about it in.
But you can't commercialize it.
Yeah. Like we use it for research in like a contained area, where it cannot get out, and then it is allowed, but we cannot bring it outside of the containment. But I think it will probably change in the future, because also like in America it's legal, and I think it will become legal also in the Netherlands. But yeah, it will take some time.
Okay.
But yeah, it offers a lot of possibilities. It really speeds up everything. Oh yeah, so what to do in Wageningen besides studying? Yeah, as I said, it's quite a small city, so you're louder, okay. Yeah, Wageningen is quite small. So in 5 minutes you can already be in like a more natural area.
In 5 minutes?
Yeah,
okay.
By bike, 5 minutes by bike.
By bike.
Yeah, so it's really like in 10 minutes you can go by bike from one side to the other side of the city.
It is small.
Yeah, it is really small. Yeah, we're really close to like the biggest forest in the Netherlands. One of the.
What is it called?
The Veluwe is the name of the forest.
Veluwe?
Veluwe.
Veluwe.
Yeah. Okay. And yeah, so you can go there if you like the forest. But we also have a river, as I said, the Rhine, and yeah, I go rowing on there. But in summer you can go swimming also. You can just walk along the Rhine, and it's quite a natural area also around it. Like sometimes it floods, and then the water comes really high. So it's really a very special nature area.
And what do you mean by special?
Yeah, it's like once a year the water goes high, and then it goes low again. So there are really special plants in there, like that are adapted to long periods of being completely under the water.
Oh, cool.
And sometimes when the water is high, it freezes, and then you can go ice skating on really a big area of what used to be like a meadow or something, and then you can just go ice skating there. And we also have some farmlands, which are quite nice with a lot of birds, if you like farmlands, but it's like a typical Dutch landscape. And then in the city or town, you have markets, cafes. Like you see a pool cafe, you can go play pool with your friends, billiards, like similar to billiard. And cafes, you can have a drink, have lunch, have dinner. And on the right below you can see a market, which is every Saturday and Wednesday. You can buy fruits, but also a lot of other stuff, clothing or special local products like honey or stroopwafels, which is a typical Dutch cake or cookie.
And do they offer discounts to students in these places?
Yeah. If you have to sign up for something, and then at specific places you can get a discount. And also in some places, like a museum, for example, if you show your student card, you often also get a discount.
And how about free Wi-Fi public area? Is it available around Wageningen?
At the university, you do have Wi-Fi everywhere. In the city, you don't. Like then you just have if you live there, you have your own Wi-Fi, and if you're in a cafe or a restaurant, you also have Wi-Fi, or in the library. But like on the streets, you have to have a password. And then, as I said, you have student life, like study associations. You can have dinners, excursions, and it's good for networking because you also have like a lot of events with companies which are similar to the study.
You know, in Wageningen University, it's very diverse. Do places around your university offers diverse range of food too? I mean, some of us can eat something, some of us prefer something. Like, do they sell Indians food, Mexican food?
Yeah.
Indonesians maybe?
Yeah, it's a bit different than here. Like, everybody expects Dutch people to eat potato every day.
And bread.
Yeah, potato and bread. But in reality, you really have a lot of choices. Like, most people just go to the supermarket and cook for themselves. So you can just get whatever you want. Like, one day I can eat nasi goreng, the other day I can eat pasta.
So it's available around Wageningen, nasi goreng?
Everything. Like, not everything, but like, a lot is available. You can, like, most people eat another cuisine every day. So, like, you can eat Mexican one day, Indian another day. It really depends. And I think, because there's quite a large Indonesian community and Chinese also, Chinese and Indonesian community.
I mean, they're everywhere, the Chinese.
Also,
and Indians. And Indians.
So Indian
everywhere.
also, So you quite, because a lot of people have come there before, you also have, like Indian restaurants, Indonesian restaurants, Chinese restaurants, but also in the supermarket you can buy tahu, tempeh, vegetable.
Do they call it tahu in there? I thought people call it tofu in there.
Tofu,
okay.
But I learned a little bit of that. So,
sure. Do you consider Netherlands, especially around your university, is affordable cities?
Compared to the rest of the Netherlands, yes. Like, it's not very expensive to get accommodation. Like, if you go to Amsterdam, it's very, really costs a lot of money, very expensive.
Rather pricey.
Yeah. But in Wageningen, it's quite affordable. Like, it's still probably expensive compared to here, but it's one of the cheaper cities in the Netherlands for students.
Yang baca? Okay. All right. So after this, do you have any? Oh yeah, still. Go ahead.
Yeah, continue.
Continue the presentation.
Then as I said, you have student associations which also have dinners, but this is separate from the university. So you can have like dinners or other events, parties, and also do networking. And it's also a nice way to meet other students from other studies. Then you have sport associations.
Is that the mascot?
Yeah, that's the...
What is it, a wolf?
A wolf. We call it the werewolf. Which is like a werewolf, but then with Wageningen University Research Wolf. I don't know why. Well, it's a joke.
Maybe because it's up by night, like most students doing research.
Yeah, maybe. Turns into a wolf at full moon. I don't know. Yeah, so you have a relatively cheap, it's quite cheap.
Sport?
Yeah, like, and then you can subscribe for classes or join a sports association, and you just have a website and you can say, today I'm going to do fitness, tomorrow I'm going to do tennis, or then I'm going to follow like a fun dance class or something.
Does Wageningen support what do you call it, sports competition?
Yeah, you can, like, also between different universities. Also, like, I do rowing, and then during the competition season, like every 2 weeks you have a competition against all the other rowing competitions. So each one has their own term in organizing a competition. And then, so you really see a lot of different universities also. But the same is for tennis, the same is for, most sports.
Does the athletes and the trainings are funded by the university?
It's partly funded, so you do have to pay a little bit yourself, but it's very cheap compared to what you would pay if you are not a student.
Okay.
And then, yeah, there are many other associations and possibilities, like the Indonesian Association. You can join a band or take music classes, but this is outside of the university that doesn't arrange this. And it's really easy to visit other Dutch cities. Like, we have trains going everywhere, and it goes really fast. Like, in 1 hour you can be in Amsterdam, in 2 hours you can be in Germany. The north also has some nice cities, which is also only takes like 2 or 3 hours. And all the in the south also only like 2 hours. So it's really easy to go a weekend away or even do a day trip to a city. And even like to Belgium, Germany is also quite close. And if you have longer time, you can go to France,
by trains.
Yeah, you can even go, I think, to London is maybe 4 hours by train or something from Amsterdam.
Okay.
So yeah, between big cities, there's quite, the infrastructure is quite well organized.
Nice.
I think, this is it.
Oh.
Some pictures of
nice.
typical Dutch things. A lot of flowers in the season.
Flowers. Seems fun. And I think let's talk about this question coming from the audience. So someone asked, what is the most significant difference of culture by the education or by the environment since you're in Bengkulu?
Since compared to
compared to Wageningen, especially in the University of Bengkulu, is there anything nice, or is there anything that you think can be fixed, or you have better expectations on something?
I really like your campus. Like, it's very natural, like a lot of trees.
I mean, you can be honest.
Very big. No, I really like it. Like, in the Netherlands, it's quite boring. You only have like a good grass field, and it's nice when it's sunny, everybody goes sitting there, but it's not here. You really have like trees. It's like a park in your campus. So that's really nice. I do maybe miss like a cafeteria or something. Like, every building here in Wageningen has like a lot of like a coffee place and like a food place. You don't really have that here. And in Wageningen is also everything is much closer.
Everything much closer.
So it takes, like, you can leave one building in 5 minutes and go to another building.
It's
here.
A walkable city, I heard.
Yeah, it's really close, everything. Here it's a bit farther away. But if you have a bike, it's not a problem, but I don't have a motor here, so I go with Maxime.
Have you tried riding a scooter?
Yeah, I mostly stay in Agricinal, the plantation in Bengkulu Utara, and there I have my own motorcycle. But I came here by car, so I don't have it here. So I have to rely on Maxime. But it's
rely on Maxime.
It's fine.
Right. And so you gather your data in Bengkulu Utara, right? And then you bring it to our lab, right?
Yeah, it's kind of two separate researches. So over there I do more like plant level things. So I measure how fast the trees are growing, how fast the banana is growing. And then I took, it's like a special banana they're using there. So I took the banana from there and I used the lab here to take explants for tissue culture, so that in the future we can kind of make our own banana via micropropagation.
Right. Is it fun? Does the lab in University of Bengkulu accommodating enough?
It's enough. I don't know yet. Like, you have to work very sterilely. Like, it has to be very sterile. And I haven't checked if I have contamination yet, so it's too early to say.
Oh, it's too early
to
say.
But yeah, most things, all the things I needed, they were there, or like an alternative to what I needed. And the students really helped me a lot, so it was really, really nice. Yeah.
Do you like the food in here?
Yeah, not all the food, but most foods I do like. It's a lot of rice. But I like rice.
Have you tried the food around the campus?
I tried 2 times nasi padang
Okay,
here,
nasi padang.
but no other things.
No
but
other things.
yeah, both times it was really nice.
I think we're done. There's no more questions from the audience, and the presentation is also over. Is there anything else you would like to add?
To add,
Maybe some message for students in the University of Bengkulu?
a message. I don't know. Enjoy, I think. I really enjoy studying, also in the Netherlands.
I like when you say you don't know. That's like pretty much reflect all students would say. I don't know.
Yeah,
Just
I
do
don't
it.
know.
Just do it.
Just start and continue.
Start and continue and finish it. Survive, obviously.
No. Yeah, I guess try a lot of things now. Find out what you like, what you want to do in the future. That's what your student years are for.
Oh
But
yeah, I
not really a
forget.
specific
I forget
message.
to ask. Is there any working opportunities as international student around Wageningen?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Are students allowed to work like part-time job?
Oh yeah. I think you do need like a specific visum to work, but it is possible to work like black, like kind of illegal. And then, yeah, it's a way to earn extra money.
Okay.
But yeah, it's not really allowed, but you can do it. Like it's okay.
It's
But like you can work black, but you don't save money for like a pension or something. But that's not really necessary for 1 year or something.
And I think we're done with our questions in here. Thank you for joining us today in this enlightening journey through the world of campus life at the Wageningen University and Research. We extend our appreciation to our guest, David Oman, for sharing his valuable insights and experience. Remember, your educational journey is not just about classes you take, but also about the connections you make, the experience you embrace, and the growth you achieve. As you navigate your own path, embrace opportunities, and continue to pursue knowledge and personal development. I'm Shafai Syaputri. Stay curious, keep exploring, take care, and goodbye.